about them, all of them. They forgot. They forgot the big gift from God, deliverance, salvation. They forgot. They were hungry, they were frustrated, they were tired, they were distracted, and they said what? They said, so is the Lord with us or not? And you know what, folks? We can relate to that too. In fact, we may not want to talk about it, and that might not be where we are today, but everybody in this room probably knows about these days, or these weeks, or these seasons of life, when we really may put on a nice smile, we may put on an outward demeanor that we're good, kind of like when we get a present that we are confused about, but inside, many of us in our bubbles are crying out, Lord, Lord, are you with me or not? We know about those times. You know, when life doesn't seem to be working out the way we planned, and life doesn't seem to be just working. Lord, are you with me? When we feel lonely, cut off, separated, that we can't say the right thing, do the right thing, it just seems like, you ever have those days where it just seems like everybody's angry with you? Yeah, anybody, or just me? Just a few of us, huh? Yeah, Lord, are you with me or not? We have those moments in our life. You know, we're in the, as Andy Williams sings in one of our favorite Christmas songs, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Hey, here's the news. It isn't for everybody. Now, I don't mean to drag everybody down, but let's acknowledge it. We have those times and those seasons in our life when we say, Lord, are you with me or not? Like when we get news that we never wanted to hear, like divorce or a death. Or the doctor says you have cancer. Or the creditors say you have to do bankruptcy. Or the job place says you're downsized. We don't have a job for you anymore. Lord, are you with me or not? I didn't plan on life being this way. Are you with me? When we're frustrated. When we're got lots of complications. Man, I don't know about you, but sometimes life just got, when did life get so complicated? Anybody know the answer to that? I don't. Those times, man, we go through those and say, Lord, are you with me? I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. I'm distracted. Hardly anything's going my way. Lord. See, it's easy. I think it's very easy to forget, though. And I say this to myself as much as anybody else out there today. I think it's easy to forget, to not remember, kind of like those Israelites. It's easy to forget miracles that you experienced. It's easy for me to forget miracles I've experienced in my life. It's easy, unfortunately, for me to forget previous tough times. Easy to forget previous times that I've prayed and that I've pleaded with God, God, get me out of this mess. Is it just me or anybody else ever been in a mess? No? Yeah? Good. Thank you for participating. Some of you have been in a mess. Some of you don't want to admit it. It's easy to forget those times when we've prayed previously, we've pleaded for help, those previous miracles, those previous times when God has been there, when God has come through, when God has fed us, when God has given us water to drink, when God has saved us. We forget. And the word from Jesus, folks, is this. Remember. Especially today when we're coming down to taste the bread and taste the juice. Jesus said, remember. Don't forget. Remember. Especially when you're going through a tough time. Especially when the storms are rolling in and you're starting to sink. Remember, says Jesus, that is our word of encouragement and our word of challenge. Remember the times when you made it. No, really, I'm talking to you today. Remember the times when you did make it. Remember the times when you thought life was bleak and desperate and you just didn't know what you were going to do and you prayed and you pleaded with God and God came through. Remember that. No matter what you're going through, no matter what's happening in your life right now. This is the power of the gospel, you see. Jesus saves. God came to be with us. God, as we saw in our opening video, God has a face. God has a name, Jesus. Believe Him. Again, that's the challenge. And that's the encouragement I give to every one of us in this room today. Do you believe Jesus? Do you? I'm not talking about whether you give lip service to You're saying, yeah, I believe he's the Son of God. Do you believe him? Do you believe him? When Jesus says, come, get out of your boat. Get out of your box. Get out of your box of satisfaction or your box of misery. Get out of your box of unbelief. Get out of your box of arrogance. Get out of your box of misery, fear, anger, hopelessness. Do you believe Jesus when he says, get out of your box? Come here. Come forward. Take courage. Do not be afraid. Reach for me. See, we just sang it this morning. I'm reaching for you. Are you? On this second Sunday of Advent, I say to all of you and to myself, don't give up. Don't give in. Take courage. God is still in the miracle business. It came a long time ago, but that's why we celebrate. The presence of God. And the presence with the T, the gifts of God that come to each one of us. Can you believe it? Do you want to believe it? Imagine how your life would be different this week if you believed Jesus and if you trusted God. Let's pray about that.